but he's just gone out for an engagement. Perhaps if he gets back before at the end of the program, we'll still try and reach him, especially in terms of security issues in Benin, especially around Chief Anthony Nauro's State Assembly complex there to see exactly what. And if, as the police say, the situation is calm now. But let's move on now on the program. By 8:30 on Saturday, the 8th of August, INEC will conduct the first election during COVID-19. Although it is a by-election, a state constituency in Edo State, attention is on it due to the peculiarity of the time. The unfolding political scenario in Edo State is also giving INEC some concerns that has made the umpire to threaten to withdraw. Mia Ogidi has that report.
So you have to explain what we have here.
It is indeed a rare privilege, a state constituency by-election, having the presence of the INEC chairman, courtesy of an election coming at a crucial point in time. The INEC boss has been out of the TV screen for quite some time, but getting it right with the 10-point document on the conduct of elections during the COVID-19 era has brought him back in front of the flash bulbs. Theory time is now over. Saturday, 8th of August 2020 is a day of practicals for INEC, and the laboratory is Nasarawa Central State Constituency by-election. Discussions held with the two political parties participating and COVID-19 protective kits for the election impressive. But behind the smile of the INEC chairman is a disturbing reality.
On the whole, I'm satisfied, I'm reassured by the camaraderie in the hall. So we look forward to a good election on Saturday. Only two parties are contesting, so we hope we'll be able to wrap up the process rather speedily. No face mask, no voting, but there is need for clarification on this. The Commission is not insisting on surgical face masks. Any face covering will do as the voter approaches the inner cordon.
This is the test running elections. So far, at the COVID era, this is the first election that is going to be conducted. So definitely, like I said in the meeting, we used the opportunity 2 weeks ago to educate our supporters at the APC party. Now today, I'm calling on them that we should come and strictly about the kind of advice and the education that they had about the COVID-19 process.
Party agents and officials should abide by the rules and regulation of INEC. They must ensure that there's no infighting. They should not allow a system where there's rigging.
Away from the Nasarawa Central State Constituency election, the INEC chairman also spoke on the ongoing campaigns in Edo State.
We are carefully monitoring what is happening in Edo and also Ondo of the situation, particularly in Edo State. But whatever we need to do to stem the ugly reports of violence so far, or threats of it, particularly in Edo State, we'll do so. We'll continue to speak to the actors. The assurance has been consistent with the assurance that we have always given. We are not a political party. We have no candidates in the election. We will jealously guard our processes. But as I said, and I keep repeating myself, anybody who thinks that he can influence the people's choice on election day through violence is wasting his time. If there is violence, we'll simply withdraw and we'll see who will declare winner in that manner.
Good to go for Nasarawa Central State polls, but worried over Edo governorship elections. So, returning to the office for a peace-building move.
All right, just reaching us now, we hear that President Muhammadu Buhari has formally endorsed the candidacy of Pastor Sage Ize Iyamu of the APC for election as governor of Edo State. Receiving the candidate of the governing party, the president urged the people of the state to massively vote for him towards restoring the heartbeat of the nation to the path of progress and sustainable future.
The APC candidate for the forthcoming Edo State governorship election, Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu, was meeting President Muhammadu Buhari for the very first time. He was formally introduced to the Nigerian leader by, amongst others, the chairman, APC caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, chairman, Progressives Governors Forum, and chairman, APC Governorship Campaign Council for Edo State. Discussions at the interactive engagement that followed behind closed doors centered on ways and means of ensuring that the APC candidate achieves triumphant victory at the polls. Most importantly, the APC leaders want the conduct of the election to be very peaceful and orderly towards achieving a credible outcome.
As we are all aware, Pastor Ize-Iyamu is not a greenhorn in Edo politics. He's a grassroots politician, loved by his people, and he went through the transparent process that produced him, and Mr. President has endorsed him, the party has endorsed him. So Mr. President is impressed with his performance so far.
For the Progressive Governors Forum, the defining thing is continuity of the All Progressive Congress in governance at the federal and across Nigeria. And we will support our party any day. The president is very, very clear about his expectation of us to deliver our party in any election, and that is what we will do.
It could have been a big problem if the governor performed well while governing his state. He could have been an asset to PDP, but I assure you that governor is a liability. So we are ready to fight somebody who has failed woefully in the areas of human development, failed woefully in the areas of providing infrastructural facility to the good people of Edo State.
I want to express my gratitude to Mr. President for the reception I got this morning. Very warm, very fatherly. Let me also use this opportunity to debunk the story that has been going around in the past 1 week from the opposition that Mr. President did not want to see me. There's no truth in it. The cooperation I've received is unprecedented. All the governors are practically calling and seeing how they can support. And I'm happy to belong to the progressive family. And I want to assure you that we'll win overwhelmingly. We believe in peace. Our president.
All right, Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu there talking about his endorsement. Now let's move to the second discussion for today. After talking about the political issue, the efforts to get the nation back on an even keel after the lockdown has been on, and of course we know that the pulse of government is not particularly limitless. Now, Emeka Zibogu, that's right, Honorable Emeka Zibogu of Enewe North and Enewe South Federal Constituency has been investing in his constituency. He joins us now on our political update. First of all, as a politician, you heard INEC and the new guidelines. We'll see a template tomorrow in Nasarawa State. What are your expectations in terms of the voters and in terms of the candidates themselves, in terms of looking at the realities of COVID-19 at this time, and politics and this huge number of people always going to the same location?
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Chris Emeka Azubog. I'm a member representing Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and the Kusigo Federal Constituency. I'm a member of the representative. I thank you for what you're observing of the new normal we are facing. That cuts across all sectors, and the realities are on ground anyway. And like you said, it's going from what you have as the new guidelines, a whole lot of other things are beginning to emerge. The guidelines, the processes that will be followed and even things that needs to be done. But in all, I will assure you that because of the new realities, even trying to get the electorates to come out, you might not really get the numbers because there will be limitations. You can see without face mask, nobody will attend to you, you know, and a whole lot of other people might definitely, but then if you maintain all the protocols, it will be a very difficult task. And that is where the issues of leveraging on technology, and these are the issues that will be considered by the legislature in course of amendment of Electoral Act, or even by the umpires themselves, which is INEC, in terms of providing guidelines. Going forward, a lot of things have to change because the new normal has affected the way we live and the way we work. So I want to assure you that this might be a pilot going towards improving on the processes. The experience that will be gathered from going forward, considering the global protocol on COVID-19 and other things, and the new realities we are facing, things have to really change.
All right, let's look at some of the things. We've been talking about the realities, and our last discussion we're talking about issues of getting the society back on an even keel.
Yeah.
First, from the investment opportunities, skill acquisition, and all that in your constituency, as we discussed, is a major area where we talk of youths coming out with a lot of innovation. We have issues of automotive, is very strong automotive,
cluster
area there, of course, and the value chain. What are you doing, and what are the concepts now to make sure that those areas are revamped and we get them back very quickly? Because everybody is saying government do this, government do that, but what are we doing?
Yeah, government is, I would say, before now, is doing, to some extent, is doing what it ought to do. It's not me, because I'm part of government, but government as a whole, because the government we're talking about is being driven by the executive. Policies are being formulated and driven. The legislative contributions are there by way of representation and trying to make laws that will help to guide. But generally, if you look at government policies that are driving our economy, since we are in a free market economy driven by constitution, democratic constitution, so you need to properly look at it. The new normal has affected everything. Efforts are being made to reactivate. You can see there are a lot of intervention programs by federal government through the central bank, trying to help a lot of small businesses to get back to their feet, small intervention loan, some of them through GMEX, some of them through COVID intervention. These are general policies, but generally, the PTF, when you hear the announcement and the protocols that are being observed and guidelines for trying to stimulate, trying to get the economy back on our feet. Just a couple of days back, students are going to take examinations, are going back to schools. These are beginning. Then from there, after the exams, then we now start planning on how the entire school system will begin to function from September, October. These are the new normals. So it is a holistic approach. So when you are trying to work on it, it's beyond what one person will talk about. All the sectors that are involved. Sectorally, everybody have to look at the new protocols, create the new normals, even in offices, government offices, the way they function.
But what is the feedback like in your own constituency?
The life is gradually coming back. We have come to the terms that we're going to live with this. Do you understand? All government needs to do now is to ramp up testing, treatment, like any other issues, trying to study and get hands-on on what needs to be done. Each time you look at new research will come out and tell you, there are more signs of what COVID is like. There are more strains, So that knowledge is very important. As we are sharing knowledge and information, people are understanding the way it's coming, and people are trying to innovate on how to live with it.
Have you had any challenges in terms of your duties at the constituency level, meeting your constituents, finding out what in terms of this?
Everywhere there are challenges, even in our National Assembly. Coming to sit for a long time. They tell you can't stay in an enclosure for a long period of time. You are at committees, there are a number of people in a particular enclosure, how many people you are. I'm trying to maintain the social distancing. I'm trying to make sure that you fit into. Yeah, we all, can't you see, I have my face mask, I have a shield, I have everything. Just you try to. And you try to walk within the ambience of the rules, because if you are being guided, we are human beings and we must be guided by rules. If the policymakers in a particular area have given their guidelines, then if coming to a constituency, you will try to make sure that functions, gathering people, you interface people at smaller groups, because you will try all you can. It might seem difficult, but you need to honor such things, because if you are among those that make the rules, you will try to comply. You must make sure that you do not get too crowded. And these are the things that is very challenging. People going to markets, there are reasons for you. People going to churches and all that things. So there are reasons for you to say that there's a constraint.
Before I let you go, of course, we are getting very close now to closing the program. Let's, from the legislative aspect, we didn't plan for this. We didn't expect this to come. Yeah. You returned the budget cycle to January, December. But, of course, we've seen COVID. What are we to expect in terms of some flexibility in the legislation to also help the process for the economy to recover?
Already, the legislators have done fantastically well. Mr. President returned the budget, and they have to quickly review it and pass. And recently, Mr. President accented to the revised 2020 budget. There's a considering the unexpected that happened, or that we have found ourselves in. So all those things are there, but it has not changed changing of the calendar for the budget. Already, presently, Mr. President have sent the MTEF for 2020-2023. Do you understand? Medium-term expenditure framework for passage for National Assembly, which will help them to prepare the budget proper for 2021 to be submitted for National Assembly by September, October. So I believe work is in progress, and these are the new realities are being considered in carrying out work, and I'm sure the legislation that I'm part of, we're doing everything to make sure we support the executive to do the needful for things to move forward. Yep.
Thank you very much. We've had Right Honorable Emeka Chris Azubogu on the program today with his interventions on the show. We also, of course, will get you back to give us an update on some of your efforts as well, and some of the feedback from your area. Of course, we'll continue the program on Tuesday. We hope to get back Mr. Chidun Wabuzo, Public Relations Officer, Edo State Command, to actually look at what is happening in Edo State, and as a preview of the gubernatorial elections expected, of course, in September, and of course the INEC angle as well. My name is Fisal Ogunfi, thanking you for joining Political Update for today. And thanks for watching. Continue with Nigerian Television Authority for your news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye now.